All right, here go comics here. Places where you comics transgender hate mail, homosexual hate mail, atheist hate mail. Basically, we react to a bunch of screen caps on YouTube and DeviantArt. The responsive comments I made against these deviant lifestyle. So I guess against these deviant lifestyles, and a few other things. Trigger warning: if you don't like what I'm saying, go ahead and click off the video. Don't line against hate speech on my videos because there is no hate speech on my videos. It's speech you hate. That's a different story. If you're, that's a different story. Let's continue on. People getting these wrong. These comment sections and me trying to train them out with my versus the basic biology. And then we can take it off about that. Let's continue on here. We have Joey picks a Jack Adult Swim is a Joey picks a Loses Control is not a good children's book. And someone said a kid is like, I'm 9, I read it. So it's a kid book. It's for kids. As I said, it was not a kid's book. So it's not a good kid's book. Yeah, I had to change that. There's no fireworks because they're being jerks, but that's how it goes. So let's continue on here. F and whack, says somebody. F connect. I said connect is better than the Oculus Rift. Connect is better than the Oculus Rift. I'm like, did you play Connect Imagers? It's so you clearly see how awesome it could be. And someone says, all I'm saying is there's better options of tracking. And so it's a start. Careful. Jeez. They do really great stuff into it where you can use a lot other than voice to stand and still moving. But the Oculus is clearly way better at a whole other level of gaming. Yeah, it costs only $1,000 per unit. If they could programming to connect the Oculus track your body with games called Call of Duty Battlefield without programming to connect, it should be programmed to do if it is the real sensor. So the Xbox One Connect should, but you'll still need one per person. The Connect sends meet people at once. The Connect does not make you feel immersion as much. But that's okay. It's still good now. I say, maybe not as much as the Oculus Rift, but at least you won't have as much trouble seeing things around you that are on the screen. And so it's, oh my effing lord. This LP is worse than being an LP. The Sonic 06 is being a video game. The Sonic Generations for 21, playing Sonic 2006 levels. Yeah, I had Sonic 2006 for a while, but my roommates most likely stole that game and sold it for cigarettes. Sold it for cigarettes or something, most likely, because that game disappeared. A lot of other games disappeared from my playlist, from my room, from a lot of places. So yeah, they have their strengths and weaknesses, but yeah, them being addicted to that nasty stuff of theirs, and just grabbing everything they could and selling it so they could put it up and literally, blow it up in smoke, send it up in smoke. It was just the worst thing ever. I'm glad things are going better for them now. And someone said, I said, well, I still was learning how to do it right. I was sick that day. And so I said, well, it should be obvious to record for some camera placed on a bunch of books. That's all I had right then. And still, I got to work on getting the right things to use so I can film that stuff properly. But oh well, let's get you on here. And so I said, why the heck are you moaning during every sentence? Because that's an issue with the way I talk. I have to work on that. Like everybody else has to work on what they need to improve. Like, so I said, oh, sorry. Next. So it's interesting. Hey, trans people. Oh, yeah, this thing again? Oh, yeah, this thing. Okay. God, they're trans for human rights. No, they're not. Trans rights would make no sense. I want to go to the bathroom. You can. No, not those. Not that bathroom. The other one. The one that indulges my lies. Oh, yeah, no. How dare you? So bad. Transgender lifestyle is dangerous part 5. Like I said, there are rights that don't make sense. I want to go to the bathroom. You can. No, not that one. I guess you were dropped as a baby. And wrong with this one. No, like assaulted by transgender lifestyle as an adult. Like, how to unlock all the characters? Please answer me. You have to play through the versus mode and unlock all the other characters. Unfortunately, some were not worth it. Urban Rain. I'm going to get all the characters video. I did not get all the characters because certain ones were not worth it. But yeah, the mayor and his gun. You have to unlock those separately. Crazy stuff. Next. Trans women are women. No, trans women are men. Like, what's something they can never have? Continue. Oh, that thing. Okay. So the Christian can be a lot, I say. People thinking that sinning is a good way of life, and that's wrong. And so it's their cause. Believing in God does not make you a good person. No. But it can help. But a Christian, you're supposed to love everyone. I am. That's why I'm fighting against this stuff. You should be okay with how other people live their lives. No, I shouldn't. No. There's rules. With Christianity, you have rules. Okay? Sinning is not allowed. No. My goodness. What, did you put a billboard on your butt? Girl, you put a billboard on your butt? Call your babysitter. There's the number. I'm like, whoa. That is amazing. That is after all fan art. For the parents, fan art. My gosh. Wait, continue. Uh, other people, you should be okay with how other people live their lives. No, no, I shouldn't. You know, if they're going against God, the ways of God, if they're causing tempting people to sin, that's bad. That's why I fight against that stuff. Because the transgender lifestyle is about lying about your biological sex, cowering in fear of being notified of the truth. You know, all you can to try and hope this lie holds out. It's terrible, and it's not necessary. You are you without, you can be you without lying about your biological sex. That's the issue. But if you don't, because then you don't have to worry about cowering in fear, hoping they'll find out the truth. You know, and be like, yeah, Jimmy goes to the gynecologist. Comes out, sees someone else that knows him, knows her, him, her, And it's just like, oh no, she'll know I'm female. Like, he'll know I'm a female. Like, yeah, but if you didn't lie about your biological sex, you would have a problem. Sally goes to the urologist. Without the urologist, sees character people that he knows. And it's like, oh, they'll know. It's like that's the place you go to get your prostate checked. Females don't have prostate. So it's like, yeah. Like, here's the ultrasound of your testicles. I got an ultrasound of my testicles once. Yeah, it was an interesting experience. But yeah, all good. So it's just like, yeah, ultrasound of your testicles. Sally, like, So yeah, don't mess with that. No, you don't have to. Then you're all good. I can do it here. But you don't, and it's pathetic because of lies I was told. And I say, being okay with how people live, quote, I quote, well, would be condoning sin. We Christians aren't allowed to do that. Also, believing in God does not make you a good person. Following his ways instead of going against them can help. No. And then the person says, trans people are more real than God. There is no God, according to lies I was told. I say, actually, there is a God, and he controls us to a higher form of life, a life based on reality. And I say, wrong God. He goes, oh, and this is the issue. These people come at me, hating on me, and trying to prove me wrong. But then when I destroy them, they erase all their comments. And it's really sad to see that. Only people would be stronger than that, and actually leave their comments where they are so we can actually show off the debate, because then it's like someone's like, oh, God. He was like, there's no God. And was like, look at this thing here. God says this is okay. I'm like, wrong God. Lying lips are an abomination to the Lord. They live 2 years delight. Proverbs 12:22. I'm talking about Jesus' dad. And he wants us not to lie about our biological sex, the preferred pronouns, And there was this, it's like, no one's talked to God for a long time. And I was like, actually, lots of people have talked to him. And he had told them to preach that he's returning soon. And everyone must repent of their sins and follow him so they can be blessed. And only one part of that is to stop lying about biological sex. So they deleted their comments. So all I have is my responses. But I remember basically some of the things they said. So yeah, it was good stuff. And someone says, your content is interesting, but your speech can be quite mumbled, making it hard to understand you. Work on your articulation specifically, improve the quality of your videos, and have your audience comprehend your message better. Clear speech is crucial for engaging viewers effectively. Consider practicing articulation exercises to enhance your communication skills. Keep up the good work. That's the way I was like, thanks, I will work on that. Treasure Hate Mail Part 536. Wow. In the recovery house from the nasty house. Very nice. Can also delete sound. To get rid of sound, you have to replace it with a new sound, I say. And Mugen, yeah. I say someone else. A Sorrows Until the End Time, part 158. False Hope in Two Places. So, wow, I didn't know how bad things were back then. They're so much better now. I say. Then someone said, you shouldn't need the NIV Bible. Read the NIV Bible. Need the NIV Bible. It's not the truth. Go with the King James. You're going to do this. Do it right, or it's all vanity. Therefore, it's all your own glory. We all know that glory is God's. Oh my God. In caps. I'm like, nope. And I say, therefore, take unto you the whole armor of God, so you may be able to withstand the evil day, having done all to stand. Stand, therefore, having your loins girded about with truth, having your breastplate of righteousness, and your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. Above all, taking the shield of faith, wherein you should be able to quench the fiery darts of the wicked, and taking the helmet of salvation and the sword of spirit, which is the word of God. Ephesians 6 KJV. King James Version. And the KJV says it too, so yeah, sorry, it doesn't work. Translation Bible styles in some ways, but no, that's how it goes. And then you have this heckler here who's racist as heck. So it's like, you're not American, men can't turn into women. No, like, wait a minute. Men can't turn into women? Africans can turn into Americans. Well, yeah, but that's True. Well, I don't